Hey, Grim patrons, Reapers and Ghouls. It's Aaron, and I figure I would give you a little bit of a look around the new Grim studio, as it were. So I finally moved to Tennessee, and I'm really digging on the aspect that I finally have something that's a substantial Grim studio just to show you off. And it's really, really cluttered right now, but bear with me. So this alcove over here is where we are going to do our fireside chats, so to speak. So whenever the Reapers are getting a little bit introspective, similar to like The Office or Parks and Rec, we're going to start doing stuff to where you can join them in the alcove, and then it's little cutaways during episodes, so that's actually pretty cool. What else we got over here? We have lights, we have costumage, and all kind of awesome things. Then tracking over, we have things that shall adorn the walls within the Reapers Academy. So we have some amazing gothic looking structures and the like, and so those guys are all things that I really appreciate your support on, because as you donate to the show, I've been meaning to do a lot more behind the scenes and actually break out what your proceeds go to and how you're supporting the show. I think I got little inklings in there. I've been trying to share more Grim crafts, and I'm definitely sending out your Grim gear as soon as you let me know that you are ready to receive. But yeah, little things like this are going to help craft the world and make it really awesome. Then over here we got the old 3-piece set, and there are quite a few backdrops there, so I'm really, really stoked about that. Over here in the far corner there's a bunch of canes and swords and props and the whole nine. And then, of course, right behind me as I'm yammering, there are more costumes and amazing things. And I mean, pretty much everything's here shy of you guys that are stationed overseas. I mean, I'm going to do what I can with what I can and how I can. Hacks here. We got Strife and Jack and Death and Gary. We have Steve the Gargoyle, Lycoan the Wolf. There's probably a ridiculous amount of props and masks here, but it's all been a war of attrition, and again, I can't thank you guys enough. So I really hope you dig on what I'm selling, so to speak, and looking to ship out more Grim gear soon, and particular the stuff that is UV glow reactive. So you could charge it with a black light, or you could charge it with a really high output light, or you could just camp it near a black light and it'll have a perpetual glow. But the coolest thing about the UV powders that I've been finding is that even when you kill the UV light, it still retains an afterglow. And you've probably seen that as a placeholder picture in a lot of the profile stuff for my personal profile and the show. And before I feel like I'm overly babbling incessantly and get to the point where it's ridiculous, I'm just going to call this a wrap. But again, I just wanted to give you guys a little shout out on Patreon. And again, let me know how everything's looking from where you're at from a shipping aspect. If it's still an absolute pain in the ass and you can't receive things timely, or if you fret about the postal system, then I can hold off. But if you are willing and able and you think it's a good time, I will ship out your gear post haste. And if you guys haven't seen it, I was recently a guest on the great Brian Graupner's podcast. Brian from Gothsicles. He does a really killer show called Space Couch. So he did a really deep dive into Grim life. I know a lot of you are slam busy. I know a lot of you are on active duty, or you have some kind of arduous work. I just want to let you know, check that out at your leisure and just drop me some feedback. And also let me know if there's any future projects that you would like to see in the way of content, crafts, etc. And I will talk to you all later. It's Grim Life. Stay creepy.